Hello friends, welcome to Unique Designers India, and today we are going to start with our tutorial classes for Aari embroidery. And before starting our stitches, we are going to start with chain stitches today. Before starting our stitches, let me explain what are the materials that you will need for this basic stitch. First will be the zari. In my kit I have provided the A1 Mamta brand zari. If you have another zari, another brand also, it's okay, but this brand is very best for beginners and it is very nice to use. And then a small scissor, a white pencil, and you will need the Aari needles. Aari needles will be in, I have provided a tulip brand needle. It will have numbers, different types of numbers. In my kit I have provided 14, 23 and 24. Three types of needles will be in the kit. But for chain stitches with zari thread, it will be nice if you use only 14 needle. As the number increases, that is 14 will be, the tip of this 14 needle will be little thicker than 23 and it will be very thick than 24. As the number increases, the thickness of the tip will be very small, very thin. Okay, so for starting, we have to make a knot in the zari. Let me explain how to do that. Take the tip of the zari and make a knot like this. Don't do this type of knot like we do like this, no? For with the normal sewing thread, don't do that type of knot. Just make it like this and do separate knots. 1, 2 and 3. If you make 3 knots, it will be very thick and it will be easy for you to handle, because if the knot is very small, it will come out of the cloth again. So after making the knots, just take out a little longer zari thread and have your left hand like this and place the zari like this. The tip of the knotted tip will be on this side, and now fold these 3 fingers and hold the zari like this and roll the zari on your index finger. Just one time will be enough. And now take the middle finger and the thumb finger and hold the knot like this. The knot is here and you have to hold it here. And as you stretch the index finger this side and hold it tight here, this portion will become very stiff and tight. This is the portion which you are going to pull from the top. You have to take this hand to the downside of the frame, and from the top you have to pull the zari with the help of this needle. This is called Aari work. This is the basic and starting step of Aari work. Let me tell you how to handle the zari once again. Just make a knot in the tip and pass it over the 4 fingers and hold the remaining zari with the 3 fingers and make a roll here and use your middle finger and the thumb finger to hold the knot like this, and stretch your index finger so that this portion gets tighter and you will pull the thread on the top. Now let me explain about the needles also. As I said, we are going to use needle number 14, so I will explain with this. In this needle, one side the little numbers will be here, 14, 0.5 mm. On the other side of the flat portion, you will have the Tulip Japan. It's the name of the company, Tulip Japan. These are letters and these are numbers. And the hook which is on the tip of the needle, can you see a hook here? This is the hook. With the help of this hook only, you are going to pull the thread outside. So this hook will be on the side of these letters, alphabets, that is Tulip Japan. So when you put the needle inside, the hook should be always in the direction of the chain stitch. For example, if you are making a chain stitch from this point to this, like this way, in this direction, the hook should be always on this side. So while making stitches, it will be easy if you notice these letters. While learning from this video, I will be explaining only about these letters and the turnings. So it will be easy if you notice this letters and how it gets turned and is twisted. So that's why I am explaining how to notice this. So try to watch the video without skipping. Let us start with the stitches now. So now the left hand with the zari is on the downside of the frame, and the needle, the right hand with the needle is on the top of the frame. I am going to start the stitch from this point and towards this line. I'm going to start the chain stitch from this point, and so can you see the needle, the letters, the Tulip Japan is facing towards me, that is in the direction of the chain stitch. The chain stitch is going to start from here and it will move on to this direction. So the needle should face, the needle's letter should face us, and also the hook should face us. And then put the needle inside and place the zari between the 2 fingers on the needle hook and pull it upwards. When you pull it upwards, when it comes very close to the cloth, just twist the needle. Just turn the needle to back side once and then again to the front. Can you see the tulip which goes back and then comes again to the front? And this is the first loop that will come out of the cloth. Now remove the thread that is around the fingers and just hold the thread like this. Just hold it like this and take the loop like this, and now you have to pull the thread downside so that the needle again go back to the same position. Now put the needle again inside the cloth and rotate the thread. Bring the thread around the hook below the cloth and again pull the needle upwards, and now rotate the needle again once. It's not rotating, just twisting. Turn the needle backside, and after it comes out, you can turn it again to the front. You should do it both simultaneously so that the thread doesn't come out of the hook. Just again make the thread around, on the needle and pull it upwards. You can see the thread is just held by the hook. And now again turn it back. Now you can see the top portion, that is the tulip part. Turn it back and again to the front. The turning back and bringing front should be done very simultaneously. It's not a separate process like turning back and then turning front separately. It should just take place at the same time, back and front. Now again put the needle inside, rotate the thread, back, front. Okay, the main mistake that people will often do is, see the thread is, now you can see the down portion. The thread will be around the needle and you're just pulling it up. While pulling up, before the needle reaches the cloth, you may sometimes turn the needle. Just see the needle here. You're turning it before it reaches the cloth, and then the zari will come out. See, I'll show you again. Just put it like this, and before it reaches the cloth, you're just turning the needle and the zari will come out. It's not coming out actually. See, I'll tell again clearly. Put the needle inside and place the zari on the needle, and before it reaches the cloth, if you turn the needle like this, can you see the needle? It is turning out backside, and now the zari is not attached to the hook. But if you keep pulling, you will feel that the zari is only attached to the needle and you will just keep on pulling, but it will not come out. Actually, the thread of the cloth is held by the hook, and so it is not coming out. So always you have to turn the needle only when it reaches the top, when it reaches the cloth exactly, and then turn to back side and front. This is the actual mistake many people do. So that's why I keep on telling, only when the hook of the needle reaches the cloth, you have to turn the needle. Otherwise, this zari will come out of the hook and you will be pulling only the thread of the cloth. That's why you have to be very careful while making this stitch. And the hook, the direction of this tulip on the hook should always be in the direction of the chain stitch. Now, if you have to turn the needle, that is, if you have to make the stitch on this side from left to right, just turn the hook only to the opposite side. This is the direction of the chain stitch now, and now the hook is turned to this side, and place the needle like thread again. You can see the tulip now, back and front. So the main thing is, it should be in the direction of the chain stitch. The hook should be in the direction of the chain stitch. Remember that very well. And now if you're going to the upwards, from down to up, again same, the tulip, can you see the tulip part? I'll do it from here. The tulip part will be on that side because the chain is going from this side to this side. So tulip will be on that side. And you can see the rotation of the thread also. Many people have asked me about the doubt like this, which side we should put the needle, or which direction we should rotate the thread, and everything they will ask. So that all depends on your own comfort. If you are comfortable with rotating the thread like this and pulling the needle like this, it is easy, because this side you have your hands and it will not be able to easy for you to turn the needle to this side. Only if it is on this side you can turn it properly. So just follow the tulip. In this video, you just follow the tulip's direction and the thread rotating direction. If you do in the same way, you will get the stitches very easily. Hope you understood what I said. And one more thing I have to tell, the needle angle, the angle of this needle should be like perpendicular, that is 90 degree to the cloth. Many people in the beginning, they will have the problem like shrinking. After I make stitches, this cloth is getting shrinked here, or I'm getting big holes on the cloth. The main reason is that when you make stitches like this, see, if you make a stitch here, and in the beginning the stitches, the zari will not come out easily, so you will be just pulling it up again, and then you will try to pull it like this, go back, and rather that you'll slant the needle to the back side. I'm not able to get the correct words in English, that's why I'm stammering. You'll have a tendency to slant the needle to the back side and then again pull it to the front. If you do like this, you will get shrinks near the stitches. See, when you do like this, you will get the stitches, but you will get all the shrinks also. So that is the mistake many people will do. So always keep the angle, needle's angle as 90 degree to the cloth. 90 degree to the cloth. It should be like that. Only then you will not get any kind of shrinks, and the stitches also will be very neat and perfect. And today I'm not going to tell you anything about the knot or locking of the chain stitch. If you just pull the rope, pull the thread from the downside like this, all the chain stitches will go off. So you have to make some lock, right? But if I confuse you with the locking work also today, it will be a very difficult one for you. So I'm going to just tell you a very easy step to just lock it. This is not a permanent lock, or you cannot use this method while doing in blouses. This is just to hold the thread without running out. Just take the loop a little bigger and make a cut here and pull the thread from the downside. See, from the downside you have to pull the thread, and the thread which is on the top, you just pull it backwards so that it is locked and your stitches will not come out. This is just for a practice time. It is time being lock. In the next class I'll be teaching you about how to do the knot, exact perfect knot in zari work, and then you can do with the knots also. So now we have learned about how to make the basic chain stitches in Aari work. With these stitches, I'll give you a few very little homeworks. If you are very beginning stage, you can make just straight lines like this. Draw lines on the cloth with a white pencil and make straight lines and curved lines like this. Don't make very sharp edges also. And then you can even try this kind of circular shapes like this. As I'm not taught with the knots, I'm not giving any particular shapes or anything, just I'm giving you lines. This is straight lines and these are curved lines. And after you get the chain stitches in a little neat and smaller size, you can try with small shapes like this. So try to do all kind of curved lines. You can even try columns like this. Okay, try to do the homeworks also regularly. Only if you practice daily with the homeworks, you can get along with the next stitches. So thank you all for watching. Bye.